Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday night leadership development training. My name is Jessica Hill, and before we hear from tonight's incredible trainer, it is time for our Elevate and Execute tip. Tonight's Elevate and Execute tip is this: the power of small wins. Sometimes we get so focused on the big goal that we forget to celebrate the small victories along the way. We think if we haven't reached the finish line, then we haven't made progress. But one thing I've learned is that every small win matters. Every follow up you make, every healthy choice, every new skill you learn, every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, those are all wins. Those small wins build confidence, they build consistency, and over time, they become the foundation for the bigger victories we're working toward. I've learned not to overlook the small wins because they're often the foundation for the big victories we're praying and working for. So this week, don't overlook the small wins. Celebrate them, learn from them, thank God for them, and then keep moving forward because every small step in the right direction is moving you closer to the person you're becoming. And speaking of leadership, growth, and personal development, tonight we are honored to hear from someone who continues to lead by example. Coach Seymour consistently demonstrates the value of showing up, investing in others, and staying committed to growth. As a multiple six-figure earner and respected leader, he has inspired and developed countless people, both personally and professionally. And I know tonight's training is going to bring tremendous value to everyone on this call. So, wherever you are joining from tonight, lean in, remove distractions, and get ready to take notes. It is truly my honor and privilege to introduce a multiple six-figure earner, Coach Seymour Greenidge Blake.
Thank you, Jessica, for the warm introduction. And like I say every week, I want to also thank Coach Marcus for bringing for us together every week so we can come together as a family and learn, get educated, and also just maybe sometimes we need to get away from things and just be around people that have the same mindset that we have. And every day of the week, except for Fridays and Saturdays, we are allowed to do that thanks to Coach Marcus. Um, it's crazy. I was looking at my memories from my Facebook memories today, and last week I created the topic of what I was going to talk about today. And when I went into my Facebook memories, the first thing popped up was actually the topic of today, and that topic is the law of attractions. Um, but today's topic is going to be the law of attraction and the power of two words. And those two words is I am. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go off camera so I can stay focused and bring this message to you and hope that again it reaches someone. Before I get started, I want to say Eureka reached out to me this past week or this week actually. I think it was Monday, and she said some words to me that really made me feel good about what I do here every Tuesday. And the word that she stated to me was that she don't get to really get on and really comment as much on in the chat, but that she wanted me to know that every week, every word that I say, it inspires her and she is receiving it and using it. So Eureka, if you're on here tonight, I just want to say thank you for those words this week. And again, I'm hoping that, and it makes me feel good that at least I'm reaching someone. And I know I reach a lot of you, but I just want to say that to her and let her know that, especially with the 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 stuff that she's going through, having a vision problem, and she can really build this business. And a lot of times it's my inspiration that she gets from these calls. And one of them is from me. So again, Eureka, appreciate you, love you, and just keep pushing forward, keep crushing it. So again, like I state, the law of attraction and the power of two words, I am. Let me start by saying good evening to everyone. And I want you to imagine waking up every morning and unknowingly writing the next chapter of your life before your feet even touch the floor. Most people think that their future is determined by luck, opportunity, the economy, or the family that they were born into. They spend years waiting for someone to discover them, promote them, or even rescue them. What they never realize is that long before the word responds to them, they have already been responding to themselves. Every morning, there's a conversation taking place inside of your mind, and that conversation quietly begins shaping the directions of the day. Before a person earns more money, builds a healthier body, develops stronger relationship, or becomes a respected leader, something invisible changes first. The invisible always becomes visible, and that is where the law of attraction begins. Years ago, I met two men who lived in the same neighborhood. They worked similar jobs, earned early identical incomes, and faced many of the same struggles. One man greeted each day saying, "Nothing ever works out for me. Life is hard. I'll probably struggle forever." The other man will wake up with a different declaration. He will say, "Today is another opportunity that I don't know how everything will happen, but I know something good is coming because I am preparing myself for it." Neither man could immediately see the results of these words, but every day those words became seeds planted into the soil of their mind. One watered fear while the other watered faith. One expected disappointment while the other expected possibilities. And as the month became years, their lives no longer looked alike. Why? Because their expectations and quality became their reality. See, many people misunderstand the law of attraction. And why? Because uh, they think that it's about wishing for expensive cars, dream homes, or overflowing bank accounts. They believe that if they simply think positive throughout the universe, it will magically deliver everything that they desire. That is not how life works. Attraction is not about sitting still. It is about becoming the kind of person who naturally moves forward towards the opportunities that already exist. See, when your thinking changes, then your attitude will change. And when your attitude change, your decision change. When your decision change, your habits change. And eventually those habits produce completely different life. The law is not rewarding your wishes, it is responding to who you are becoming every single day. I want you to think about a farmer. He is standing in a field with two bags of seed. One bag contains corn, while the other contains wheat. The farmer cannot plant weeds in the spring and expect corn to come in the fall. The earth simply responds to what has been planted. Your mind works the same way. Every thought that you repeatedly entertain becomes a seed. Every word that you consistently speak becomes the water that waters that seed. And every emotion that you repeatedly feel becomes that sunlight. Eventually, your life began producing a harvest that matches what has been planted deep within your subconscious. Some people spend years praying for blessings while continue to water seeds of fear, doubt, resentment, and limitation. Then they wonder why their harvest never changes. The harvest changes only after the seed change. So you got to do the same thing with your business. If you running your business, you can't sit there and think that, oh, it's not going to work for me because uh, I'm fearing that this stuff it's not going to work. You can't think like that because when you start thinking like that, then you actually put in that energy out there, and then the energy that you put out is the energy that you're gonna bring. You're gonna bring that right back in, and that's not what we want to do. We want to believe, we want to have faith and trust that what we are planting, we won't be able to harvest it in the proper way. So let's talk about the power behind the word I am. As we continue tonight, I want you to pause for just a moment and I want you to think about two most powerful words that you will ever speak. They're not complicated or difficult, and they're not hard to remember. They're simply the words I am. And every time that you say those two words, you are introducing yourself to your future. You are defining your identity before your circumstances and before they ever have the opportunity to speak. I am is more than a sentence. It is a declaration of who you believe that you are becoming. Every remarkable leader, inventor, athlete, entrepreneur, visionary first embraced and identified before the word recognized it. They carried themselves with confidence. Why? Because they understood that greatness begins within long before it is even seen on the outside. I want you to imagine walking through a beautiful garden early in the morning, and every flower blooming around you began as a seed. And it was a seed that could not be seen beneath the soil. Day after day, the seed grew in silence until one morning it emerged into the sunlight exactly as it was created to become. Your life follows that same beautiful pattern. Every time that you uh, every time that you declared, I am confident, I am healthy, I am disciplined, I am successful, I'm a leader, or I'm blessed, you are nurturing the seed of that identity within yourself. Those declarations becomes part of the foundation upon which your future is actually built. The more consistently that you speak them and you speak it with faith and conviction, the more naturally your daily actions begin to reflect those declarations. See, throughout my journey as a coach, I have watched ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. And I'm seeing that now still. And it's not because they possess something that others lack, but it's because they made a decision to see themselves differently. They stop waiting for permission to believe in their potentials. They begin introducing themselves to the world throughout confidence, purpose, and service. They also carry themselves as people who had something meaningful to contribute. That quiet confidence attracts conversations, relationships, partnerships, and opportunities that help move those people towards their goals. Their identity became a magnet for growth. Why? Because it was rooted in the clarity, consistency, and expectation of that person. I encourage each and every one of you to create a daily practice that begins every single morning with intentional declaration. Before you check your phone in the morning when you wake up, before you read the news, before you demand of uh, whatever you want to demand of the day, before you actually drink your cup of coffee, I want you to stand in front of a mirror. I want you to stand there with gratitude in your heart and speak life over yourself. Say words like, I am grateful, I am focused, I am healthy, I am wise, I am prosperous, I am growing, I am creating value, I am making a difference, I'm surrounded by favor, and I'm living my purpose. As these words become part of your daily rhythm, they begin shaping your confidence. It starts influencing your decisions and it starts strengthening your commitment to your vision. And I want you to always remember that that your greatest competition is not another person, guys. We got to stop thinking that we have to compete against other people. Your greatest opportunity is beginning as a better version of yourself every single day. See, the word I am reminds us that our identity is not limited by yesterday, but it is expanded by today's decision and tomorrow's possibilities. See, every declaration that you make becomes another brick in the foundation of your future. I want you to speak with confidence, speak with gratitude, speak with expectation, and let every I am remind you that you were created with purpose and it was equipped with gifts and capable of accomplishing far more than you may have actually imagined. See, when your identity and your action walks together, then you becomes a living example of what is possible for everyone around you. Let's talk about becoming the person that you desire to attract. See, as we continue the journey together, I want to share a actual principle that has changed the lives of countless people that I have coached over the years. See, the law of attraction is not simply about attracting opportunities. It is about becoming the kind of person, opportunity, and naturally will draw to you. When you make a commitment to grow every day, what you're actually doing is that you're beginning to radiate confidence, peace, wisdom, and actual purpose. Those qualities cannot be purchased. You can't even borrow it or imitate it. Those qualities are developed from within you. And as your character grows, then your influence will grow. As your influence grow, your impact expand. And the greatest investment that you will ever make is the investment that you make in yourself. And that's because the person that you become determines the life that you create. I want you to think about a lighthouse. That lighthouse stands firmly on a shoreline. It doesn't chase ships. It simply shines its light with consistency every single night. But because of the light, it is steady and it's dependable. Ships naturally navigates towards it. I believe that our lives should reflect that same principle. See, when you consistently live with integrity, gratitude, excellence, compassion, and purpose, you become a light to other people. Ooh, that was deep right there. People are naturally drawn to individuals who bring hope, who brings encouragement, wisdom, who bring positive energy into every single room that they enter. Your presence becomes your greatest introduction long before you ever open your mouth to speak a word. Every morning presents a new opportunity to become more intentional than you were the day before. When you begin your day with gratitude, your heart opens to possibilities. When you begin the day with a vision, then your mind becomes focused. When you begin your day with purpose, your actions becomes meaningful. See, every book that you read, every lesson that you learn, every healthy choice that you make, every person that you encourage, and every act of kindness that you extend adds another layer to the person that you are becoming. See, success is not built in one extraordinary moment. It is actually built extraordinarily consistently, extraordinary consistency in the ordinary moment of every day that you live. One of the beautiful discoveries about life is that abundance as a way of flowing towards people who create value for others. When your desire is to serve, inspire, teach, encourage, uplift, your influence naturally will expand. See, people remember how you made them feel. They remember the confidence that you helped them discover, the hope that you restored, and the belief that you awakened inside of them. Every day that I'm on the phone talking to Miss Betty, she reminds me how great she feels to have me as her team leader. Betty never gets off the phone without saying that to me. And when you do that for people, it makes you feel it's unexplainable the feeling that you have on the inside when you people actually are thankful for having you teaching them or coaching them or helping them with any issue that they may have. A smile can change someone's day. A kind word can restore someone's confidence. Sometimes even a moment of encouragement can change the direction of someone's future. And when you make a habit of adding value to others, then you begin attracting relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual growth. As I look around this Zoom call tonight, I don't simply see people attending another training. I see future authors, successful entrepreneurs, community leaders, mentors, coaches, innovators, and legacy builders. I see individuals with gifts that have the power to transform families, neighborhoods, businesses, and generations. My encouragement to you is this: to continue becoming the person that your future is waiting for. Continue learning, continue growing, serving, believing, continue declaring with confidence. I am growing every day. I am becoming wiser every day. I'm creating value every day. I am living my purpose every day. See, when you choose to become your best self, life has an extraordinary way of opening doors that leads you exactly where you were created to be. I want you to start living as a person that you declare yourself to be. So as we move deeper into this training tonight, I want you to understand that every great accomplishment begins with a decision. There comes a moment when you stop hoping that one day your life will change and you begin living as though your future has already actually started. And that decision creates momentum. The moment that you decide that your life has purpose, your days begin to take a greater meaning. The moment that you decide that your gifts matter, you begin sharing them more freely. See, the moment that you decide that you were created for abundance, then you begin recognizing the opportunities that align with your vision. And every day becomes another opportunity to grow into the person that you have already declared yourself to be. See, I often tell people, imagine an architect standing before an empty a piece of land. To everyone else, it may look like nothing more than an open space. But that architect already sees the finished masterpiece. He sees every room, every window, every hallway, every detail long before the first brick is laid. Understand that your life works the same way. See, the vision that you carry in your heart becomes a blueprint for your future that you are actually building. Every positive thought, every declaration begins with I am. Every single act of faith and every purposeful decision adds another brick to that masterpiece. So you are not simply living day by day, you are deciding a legacy one decision at a time. And one of the most remarkable qualities that you can develop is actually consistency. We speak about that word a whole lot. See, there's actually something that is very extraordinary about showing up every day with the same enthusiasm, the same commitment, the same expectation that something wonderful is unfolding. This is why, for the last 4 years, every morning for an hour and a half, I watch that documentary, The Secret, because it pushes nothing but positivity in my mind, in my spirit, in my soul. See, consistency builds confidence because every day that you keep a promise to yourself, your belief in your own ability will start to grow stronger. Every chapter that you read, every workout that you complete, every person that you encourage, every healthy choice that you make, and every goal that you move closer to become evidence that you are living in harmony with the words that you have spoken over your life. See, excellence is not an event, it is a lifestyle that grows stronger with every intentional choice that you make. The law of attraction flourishes in the atmosphere, guys, and it flourishes in the atmosphere of gratitude. See, gratitude has an incredible ability to expand your vision. Why? Because it teaches you to appreciate every single step of the journey that you are on. And when you celebrate today's victory, you prepare your heart to recognize tomorrow's opportunities. See, a grateful person walks differently, speaks differently, serves differently, and inspires differently. See, gratitude reminds us that every sunrise is another opportunity to learn, to grow, to love, to build, and to leave the world a little better than we found it. It shifts our attentions towards possibility and it fills our spirit with expectation for even greater things to achieve. And as your coach, my challenge to you is simple: live every day without intentionality. Let your words reflect your vision. Let your action support your declaration. Let your gratitude fuel your faith. Let your purpose guide your decision and wake up each morning with joy, confidence, declaration. I am a person of purpose. I am creating a life of significance. I am attracting meaningful relationships. I'm growing in wisdom. I'm making a positive difference everywhere that I go. When those declarations become part of who you are, they begin to shape the way that you live, the way that you lead, and the legacy that you leave behind. That is true power of the law of attraction. And it begins with the incredible words, I am. So as we bring tonight's training to a close, I want you to leave with one powerful truth. I want that truth to be in your heart. Your future is not something that you have to wait for. It is something that you begin creating today. Every vision begins with belief. Every dream begins with decisions. Every accomplishment begins with declaration. See, the law of attraction is about intentionally aligning your thoughts, your words, your emotions, and your daily actions with the life that you choose to create. When those four areas are working together, then you begin living with clarity, confidence, purpose, expectation. You become the kind of person who recognize opportunities will build meaningful relationship that will serve others with excellence, and it will continue growing into your highest potential. So throughout this presentation, we have explored the incredible influence of the word I am. Those two words are far more than part of your vocabulary. They are the introduction to your identity. Every morning before the word has an opportunity to tell you who you are, you have the privilege of declaring who you choose to become. When your consistency say, I am blessed, I am healthy, I am disciplined, I'm prosperous, I'm a leader, I'm a person of integrity, I am making a difference, then you're speaking life into your future and strengthening the foundation upon which your dreams will stand. Those declarations inspire confidence, guide your decisions, and it reminds you of the greatness that's already lives within you. So I want to leave you with a simple challenge. I want you to begin tomorrow morning. Make the first 5 minutes of your day the most important 5 minutes of the day. Before you pick up your phone, answer a text message, before you turn on the TV, stand in front of the mirror, like I said earlier. Smile and declare with confidence who you're becoming. Speak your I am statements with faith, gratitude, and conviction. See yourself accomplishing your goals. See yourself living in excellent health. See yourself building a thriving business. I want you to see yourself strengthening your family, serving your community, and leaving a lasting legacy. Then carry those declarations with you throughout the day, not just that morning while you're standing in front of the mirror. Carry it with you throughout the day, allowing your actions to reflect the person that you have already chosen to become. And as your coach, I believe that every person listening tonight has been created with a unique gift, an extraordinary purpose, an unlimited potential. You are capable of achieving more than you have imagined. Why? Because growth has no finish line. Continue learning, serving, believing, becoming. Let your life be the testimony of what is possible when visions, faith, gratitude, and consistent action work together. Never underestimate the power of your words or the influence of your example, because someone is always being inspired by the way that you choose to live. So I want to thank each and every one of you for you investing your time in yourself tonight. Remember, success is not the destination, it's a daily decision. Your future is shaped one thought, one word, one action, and one day at a time. Walk forward with confidence, lead with excellence, live with gratitude, dream without limits. And every single day, remind yourself of these truths. I am strong. I am healthy. I am wise. I am prosperous. I'm disciplined. I'm a leader. I'm a blessing. I am living my purpose. I am creating a legacy. I'm becoming everything God created me to be. Thank you for joining me tonight. And this, I am Coach Steve Greenwich Bacon, TGB Enterprise CEO, and I want to remind you that greatness investment, the greatest investment that you will ever make, is in the person that you choose to become. Keep believing, keep growing, keep serving, and keep declaring your greatness, because your best days are still ahead of you. God bless you, and I'll see you on our next Zoom. Back to you, Jessica.
Wow, wow. Very powerful. Um, Everybody, please show Coach Seymour some love in the chat. That's very powerful. And definitely, you want to speak words of affirmation and positivity because positivity attracts uh, more positivity. Negativity attracts more negativity. So you want to speak those powerful affirmations every morning before you do anything else. Coach Charlotte or Coach um, Tina, do you have anything you would like to say before I ask Coach Marcus?
Just so incredibly powerful. Coach Seymour, thank you so much for sharing your heart. You just love all over all of us so hard, and we just owe you so much.
I have to agree with Tina. Y'all know I'm out on the football field, but and I'm waiting on my tea. Everybody getting a tea except me. I want my tea. I done already got my steel pot and everything I need to go with it. But Seymour, you're right. That staying consistent is very important. And when they say anything that you do for 21 days is a habit, and it's became a habit for me because I didn't think I could do that 30-day challenge with all of the things that I had going on in my life and still have going on in my life. But I did it. And then I found myself, it's past the 30 days and I can't stop. And I won't stop. And I've been in Green Organics, Zalara now. Is it still Green Organics, Marcus? Yeah.
Yes.
But I I've been in it for 5.5 years now. And the excitement that I have about these products, there is no ending to it. If I didn't get paid 1 5 cents, I would still take these products because of the way I feel. And all of you know I'm almost 73 years old and I move faster than these daggone kids in this house. And it's because of these products. I laid in the bed in the pen, couldn't walk, couldn't reach for a cell phone, couldn't turn over because my back was in that bad of shape. And they wanted me to have surgery. I have not had that surgery yet. And I can still knock out my push ups, do sit ups, jumping jacks, and everything else with no pain. Don't stop. Don't quit. Accept the no's and keep going. Back to you, coach.
Coach Marcus, you have anything would like to add?
No, not a whole lot. You guys did an amazing job. I liked how you talked about small wins. You want to celebrate the small things, even if it's we're waking up early one day and other days you didn't make it. Just celebrate that one win and we're just taking one step at a time. And I truly do believe in the power of what we say. And I'm like Coach Seymour, I watched that video not every day, but this the secret. That's a really good video to watch and just pay attention each time you watch. You see it, you'll receive different things. But the one common theme is all those people who were featured on The Secret, they washed their mouths. They never spoke. They never spoke death. They never spoke lack, fear. Nothing was too hard for them. They only spoke life. And so I just want to encourage you guys. After I watched that years ago, I took a notebook like this, and each day I would write, "I am this," whatever it was. I didn't make a list at one time. I just wrote who I was, one thing. I am love. And that's from what Ephesians or Galatians. That's the fruit of the spirit. I'm love. I'm joy. I'm peace. I'm patience. I'm kindness. Those were the first things I wrote. Who I was, and then I am a good husband. I am a good father, and then it went to the family stuff, business stuff, things like that. So it wasn't all about I'm rich. It wasn't those weren't some of my first affirmations. So I encourage you guys, if you guys are going to do that exercise, Coach Seymour shared, don't put so much pressure on yourself and think you have to come up with a whole page of I ams in one day, right? Do it write down one I am a day and just keep going. Even to this day, I'm still adding to my I am this, right? And so like right now, I've made over $1 million here. So now I want to make millions. So I am something else now. Before I am a millionaire. Well, now I am a multi-millionaire. So I have to make sure I'm taking the necessary actions to help that happen. The business is good, saving, investing, things like that. But but don't put too much pressure on yourself, and never, ever speak negative words. You may have the thoughts that come, don't speak them, right? Because if we see The Secret and they talk about the universe, it doesn't know if you are joking or not. I hear, and when people say that gets on my nerves, or I just about died trying, things like that, don't say those type of words. Please just always speak life. And anytime a negative thought comes, just start laughing, or get your mood boost go-go stick and take a shot of that. And so, but never ever speak negative news. And as much as you can control it, don't allow anyone else to bring you any negative news. I cut people off and tell them stop. I don't want to hear that. And they may think I'm rude. I'm just protecting what I hear and what people are saying to me. Because your subconscious mind, once you hear it or see it, you can't unhear that, and you can't unsee it. And then people wonder why they have their thoughts of certain ways, because you allowed it to come into your eyes or into your ears. So don't watch the news, don't scroll social media looking at all these people posting negative stuff. We know it's going to happen, right? But you guys have to get really good at controlling your environment, right? Because no one else really cares more about your environment than you. So yeah, you have to control that. So that's all I have. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome, and very, very true. I even did, I think one of the first ones I did was protect your environment. You got to protect your energy, and remember, life is going to life, as they say. Things are going to happen. You're going to have challenges in life. But always, the thing that's helped me be successful in life is find the positive in every situation that you're going through. God is going to bring you through it. Just find the positive, because there's a reason you're going through whatever challenges you're going through. It's going to help you grow, help you inspire others, use it as your testimony. Just always find the positive no matter what is going on in your life. And I can guarantee you, everybody on this call has got something going on in their life that you may not know what they got going on in their life. That's all I got to say. Thank you, everyone. Everyone have a blessed night. Stay safe. That's all I got.
All right. Good night, you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.